Meet me after slashing your wrist, or at the end if you so insist. I'm persistent when told to cease and desist with this blasphemous shit.
So I said, I'm gonna go to a rally. And at the time, if you're black, you couldn't go to a rally because they'll kick you out and they're racist white people and all this stuff. And I said, you know, I'm a grown man at this point. You know, I'm not a kid no more. I can go and judge for myself. Let me go and see if this guy is as racist as they say he is. And if he is, I know I'm not gonna vote for him. Went to a rally in Tucson, blew my mind. Blew my doggone mind. Everybody there was nice. It was like family. You had people of all race, all demographics, you know, people who are disabled, people who weren't, people who were veterans. I mean, you had people of all walks of life in there, having a good time, appreciating this country. The lunatics were the protesters. They were outside screaming at people. One of them called me a white supremacist, and I'm like, we're doomed if a black man is a white supremacist. And it just blew my mind. And then the media lied about everything. And I was there.
What the fuck was he talking about? And why was being called a white supremacist a laughing point? Don't racist people call black people monkeys? Isn't that more of a stretch? It's a different species. My God, what? This guy just waffles. So that story was what? Him learning that, you know what, Trump isn't as bad as they say. Bro, first of all, he's a grown-ass man. He's clearly in the political hemisphere. Before that, he was a policeman. My God. He was always going to vote for Trump. I don't know what this story is he's saying as if he converted to Trump. No, my guy. You was always going to vote for Trump. You're always going to vote Republican regardless. But now, this guy and people like him, they're confusing me, my guy, because I don't know if you noticed, right? He's black. Like, I know, it's weird. That's a black dude. But if you see all his content, his primary objective is to talk shit and prove how worthless black people are. Secondary is to validate everything criminal that a police officer does in the United States. Those are his two objectives. And he's a black dude. He's a black dude who is literally ashamed of being black. Let me show you what he is. There is actually a definition for what he is. And no, it's not an Uncle Tom. I'm kind of like, he was called a white supremacist, understandably. He's literally like that Dave Chappelle character, the leader of the Ku Klux Klan, who was black, but he was blind. He didn't know he was black. And then when they tried to tell him he was black, he was like, fuck it, kill me then. Like, literally, that's him. He acts like he's got such a disassociation. He acts like he is not part of that community. He talks about black people like they are others. It's disgusting. And obviously the Republicans are going to love him because he's making their nights go easier. Because it's obvious in the last 6 years, the link between white supremacy and the Republican Party is getting harder and harder to deny. The politicians don't give a shit about that. They love it. Even the GOP the other day posted up a thing with literal Klan hoods on the GOP poster. Oh, we didn't notice it. Yeah, my guy. They don't give a shit. But the average Republican voter isn't as extreme as the politicians are. Right? I know you're probably thinking like something like internalized racism. It's not even that. It's got its own word. Like, there's cultural alienation, but that's not it. Yeah, here we go. Xenocentrism refers to the desire to engage in elements of another's culture rather than one's own. That is what they are. That is what they are. Like, they're not Uncle Toms. They're not doing this for survival. Uncle Tom is from a time when you had to play the game. I will not grudge anyone who we would consider, what, a sellout in the slave trade. You have to survive or you die, literally. In 2022, we don't have them same issues. So we have black people like Candace Owens and Officer Tatum, and we have gay people like Dave Rubin. Is it Dave Rubin?
I never find a rude conservative. It's almost impossible to find. I get nothing but love from conservatives. I spoke, you know this, I spoke at Liberty University, the largest evangelical conservative Christian college in America. I spoke in front of 14,000 people. You've done the exact same gig. These people know my views. They know I'm married to a man. I got a standing ovation. They couldn't have been nicer. I wandered around campus for a couple hours, people coming up to me saying all sorts of nice things. By the way, some people did come up to me and say, you know, I'm praying for you. And I don't know if they meant that I'm praying for you, meaning I'm trying to pray the gay away, or I'm just praying like your continued success or whatever. But it would almost be irrelevant to me. Even if someone,
if someone I'm praying the gay away, well, that's not offensive. If they're not saying I'm gonna, you know,
club me over the head,
we're gonna put you somewhere you shouldn't be. I'm praying for you.
They're disgusting people who give up their own purely to help Republican voters feel better about their vote. Because if a black person says there's no such thing as systemic racism and black people are culturally violent and they're not as educated because of their culture, if those words come out of a black mouth, a respectable black mouth, they can sleep at night. Yeah, we're not racist. If a gay person says it's okay to be a gay Republican because our values, and Republicans ain't homophobic, even though all their policies are starting to aim at attacking homosexual lifestyle and trans lifestyle. But no, we'll dismiss that. It's not homophobic. So Republican voters can sleep at night. We're not homophobic. We're just conservative Christians. The list goes on, my guy. And that's what's disgusting about. But anyway, getting to this one particular video. You notice this was a short from his YouTube channel. His YouTube channel, not one that's floating around on Twitter or something that some next person screenshot and uploaded. It's uploaded on his channel. He's given this empowered speech, moving music. Oh, I almost stood for the anthem myself then. But what did he say? Felt like family. Yeah, we know that, my guy. It was all love. It was people from all walks of life. But yet his own fucking footage disagreed with him. We can go back and watch the footage. I didn't see a single black person in the footage. I think I saw one person that may have been Latino and one person that may have been a question mark in the hundreds, if not thousands of people we saw on the screen. So where is this we're all family and everyone was welcome? He's lying at the exact same time. This is what the conservative people seem to be doing at the moment. Like, there is no shame. There's a video of me stabbing someone. Yeah, it's fine. We can watch the video, and for some reason you'll still believe I've said I was just cooking a turkey. I didn't stab anyone. That's the levels it's getting to now. Anyway, this guy he's a horrible person. He's a horrible person because he knows exactly what he's probably lost in the sauce now. He's definitely lost in the sauce now. So he probably does believe how he feels. But we're gonna, trust me, this isn't gonna be the first time we talk about him. If you go to his channel, Officer Tatum, you'll notice everything is either saying how shit black people are or how perfect a police murder was handled. Literally. That's all his content is. He talks about Christ a little bit as well, which is, he comes out with some. If you just play one video after another, you realise he's just talking for the sake of fucking talking. He makes zero valid points at all. He's just a face to make people feel better.